Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back here with another video. This is sort of take two because it said live stream is not working for some reason. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And as ever, if you do have any suggestions or comments or constructive criticism, please let me know. Also, if you like the video or you want to encourage me, please let me know in the comment section. So especially in the live chat, so I'll be encouraged. I hope you can hear me clearly enough. And yeah, so I decided to make this video. It took me a while to decide what I wanted to do, but it's already almost half past midnight here in the UK. So I've sort of left it quite late because I normally like to stick to a theme for each day, and it's like mixed race Mondays. So Eurasians are of course a part of excuse me, are a part of the mixed race community. I suppose that's the way I see it. And here are some of the things I wish for us to stand for and work upon, and that kind of thing. So I hope you enjoy it, as I say, especially people from the Eurasian community or people generally. This video really it's kind of mainly for Eurasians, but I always welcome viewers and people liking the video and that kind of thing. So I hope you'll be kind enough to do so and share the video and that kind of thing. And if you want me to return the favour, please let me know. Anyway, I'm talking quite fast because I don't want to take too long. I know people's attention spans, especially my own, are not that long. And as I often say, I don't want the intro to go too long. It probably already has. So anyway, here goes my list of, or part of my list of some of the things I wish for us to stand for. So number one is for us to unite together, including with other mixed race communities and possibly even with other people I call M.K.S's, which are people who share something in common with me. Rather controversially, like olive skinned people, like people from the Mediterranean, the Middle East, or Eurasian nations, or transcontinental countries generally. I also sort of add to, but people with a natural tan complexion, I suppose, is probably the definition of olive skin or light brown or tan brown or beige or bronze or whichever other term you like. I use all those terms interchangeably. Excuse me. But yeah, I'd love for, and also possibly even learning disabled groups. Like through me, I hope to unite all these groups together. So I think it'd be cool if we support each other. Number two, as part of this, I think it'd be cool if we learn from each other. So for instance, older people, the older generations amongst Eurasians, and possibly those other groups I mentioned as well, to sort of pass on any information they have or skills or knowledge from their experiences or expertise. Like, for instance, people who might have run businesses or might know things in IT or other areas could teach the rest of us like what they know, and we could sort of teach each other and learn from each other. So we could, I think, like I often say, hashtag stronger together, so we could learn from each other as much as possible. I think it'd be cool to sort of learn from each other. And yeah, teach each other and that kind of thing. So teach each other and learn respectively. So what one member doesn't know, they could learn from other members, and that could be replicated across millions of members, perhaps. Number three, I think it'd be cool if we support each other on social media, like subscribing to each other's YouTube channels, and just generally supporting each other in all possible ways on social media. Whether that's again passing on knowledge or information, or helping each other with training or things like that, or generally like liking each other's videos, watching each other's videos, supporting each other in any way we can, things like that. Also, I think it'd be cool if we had like a consumer group, which sort of maybe again worked with other groups what I call M.K.S's, which I just mentioned, to sort of look at how we can talk about how we would buy from certain companies, a bit like Groupon, I think, something like that. So collective bargaining or collective buying. So maybe we could support each other politically as well as a lobby group and discuss political ideas. I'd love for us to be libertarians, but I think it'd be great. None of these ideas are to be forced on that note as a libertarian, because I believe in free choice, free will, and things like that. I'd love for people to have as much freedoms as possible, and I'd love for my fellow Eurasians to stand for that. But yeah, none of these are to be enforced. They're merely suggestions. But again, I think it'd be great if we lobbied together and looked at how we could get deals, special deals, and discounts. So yeah, we could. I don't know if that would be like a card that we could have, like M.K.S, a card where we sort of said that we'd buy from companies in return for having as big a discount as they can give us. It could be like 10% or even more, like 20% or even higher than that, if there are so many of us around the world buying from certain companies and supporting companies that support us in return. This could also encourage people to sponsor us and invest in us and things like that. Or, as I say, I'd also love for us to stand for libertarianism and that kind of thing, freedoms, lower taxes, more choices, individual responsibility, dare I say privatization, deregulation of industries, and lower taxes and things like that. But also, as I say, buying from companies together as a block, so we get discounts, like buying in bulk together. Yeah, I don't know if we could have like our own ID badges or cards, or even our own uniforms, which we have, which, although that would probably cost an initial cost in the beginning, hopefully over time it would save us money. So like companies know we're buying together, or even like talk to those companies via email or things like that, and have like letterheaded letters and things like that. Excuse me. And also, I think it'd be cool if we learned to invest together and learn about building businesses, like again passing on knowledge and information and expertise, and that kind of thing. And M.K.S is generally supporting each other's social media, as I say, including obviously Eurasians. I'm not sure if I remember to put it to talk about it in the intro, sorry, but Eurasians mean part Europe, means in this case part European and part Asian. There's also like Eurasian nations which are between two continents, as I put it, straddle two continents, like are in part in Europe and part in Asia as well. So there's the Eurasian nations, and also the Eurasian like ethnic group, which are mixed race group, such as myself and other groups like Anglo-Indians, Christangs, Indos, and people like that. I come under Anglo-Indians. So yeah, so I'd love us to unite together. Number 4, I would love for us to support especially Malaysia, India, Indonesia, and Singapore. Like look at how we can improve their way of life, keep them safe, keep all legal, law-abiding citizens within those countries as safe as possible, prevent terrorism or invasions or things like that, or any other risks or threats they might have, and support them as much as possible, like, improve their quality of life, help their economies and things like that. So I'm having to drink some tea because my throat's struggling a bit. Again, I have, as I mentioned before, I probably have a flu or something. Number 5, I would love for us to help each other's causes and goals generally, such as the 5 causes I often talk about, but I've included them before, so I don't want to go into too much detail in this video, but I might talk about, I probably will talk about them again in the future, especially in August. Number 6, I would love for us to support Italian football and Italian football, especially Serie A, like follow Italian football, including Serie A, and like look at how we can help Italian football to develop, like I'd love for Eurasians to travel to Italy and practice playing football with Italians, and also practice with Italians around the world to help them practice, and possibly share our ideas and invest in Italian football and donate to Italian football and things like that. Again, none of these are to be enforced. They're all like free will, free choice, but these are the sort of things that I want to encourage. Maybe my fellow Eurasians could also make their own version of this video where they talk about what sort of things they want to. So if you're Eurasian and watching this video and you want to make your own version, please feel free to do so, and preferably post a link as well, and we can support each other, like share each other's videos, like each other's videos, and also give each other views, subscribe to each other and things like that. But yeah, I hope Eurasians obviously will. I obviously hope Eurasians will follow these sorts of things. But yeah, these are all of their own free will. Number 7, also Celtic FC. I'd love to do the same sort of thing with Celtic, help them to improve their game, donate to them, buy the kits, go to Celtic and practice with them and things like that. Number 8, I suppose due to white supremacy, neo-Nazism, the far right and things like that, I would love to, I use those terms interchangeably as well as like extreme right and things like that. I would love to, I don't mean like conservatives or conservatism, because I think we should follow conservatism in my view, and free will, free choice, I'll say libertarianism, fiscally conservative stuff and that kind of thing. But I do think that we should support more our fellow P.O.C, people of colour, like people from Africa and Asia and that sort of thing. I also colonized countries as well, including Ireland and what I call the 6 generally, emerging market economies and former colonies and things like that, which I suppose comes under the 5. That'll be point 4 in that list. But anyway, yeah, so people of colour networking together and supporting each other. Maybe people of colour could support each other on YouTube generally, and also like as consumer groups. I think it'd also be quite ironic if we supported African countries, especially like given our roots are part in Europe and part in Asia, like to make up for some of the racism they experience. I know I have a quirky way of thinking. Number 9, I would love to support each other's projects as well. like poets, artists, writers from Eurasian backgrounds, like Eurasian poets, artists, writers, and that kind of thing, and all sorts of projects by Eurasian people. And number 10, I would love for us to support young people and disadvantaged people, poorest possible people around the world. Excuse me, disabled people, support people with mental health problems, physical disabilities, and of course learning disabilities and that kind of thing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as ever, I would love to read your comments. Or again, if you want to make any reaction videos, I'd love to watch those as well. And yeah, we can return the favour and that kind of thing and support each other. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, and I'm out. Peace and love.